the 2-month recap where I'm at now post tummy tuck. What is that? Is my skin?
Yeah.
Where I actually have some positive things to say. Things have taken a turn.
Things I like, things I don't like. I love your contour. I love how low your tummy tuck scar is. Yeah, so the hernia repair does like make this take a while for this to heal. So I don't want you to think this is going to be your final result or close to your final result.
Okay, what you think it is. It is a crotchless chastity belt, as I have been calling it. The 2-month recap where I'm at now post tummy tuck. And for the first time, I think the positives might outweigh the negatives for the first time in this entire series. I have documented the consultation, the post-op, pretty much everything up until now. So if you missed that, I'll link everything down below. That'll kind of make more sense if you're just hopping in right now, or maybe you just want to see 2 months post-op. But I do recommend educating yourself if you are looking into this procedure and watching everything, because that might give you more insight on what this experience is truly like. This is my first time not wearing a faja. I should be wearing a faja, which I'll show you if you don't know. I do have 2 fajas, and I would recommend that because you do have to wear them 24/7, like literally go to the bathroom through them. I will link down below the ones I got. They're very expensive. I just got them because it was doctor recommended from my doctor. Your doctor might have a different protocol. They might even give them to you. So they're pretty much like $120 each, but you're gonna wear them a lot. You're gonna hate them a lot, but you kind of get used to it. So essentially it's biker shorts to the very top for this one. This is one of the styles. And the key thing here when looking for a faja after a tummy tuck, or if you just do muscle repair even, the side zipper is what you want. You don't want a zipper up the middle because this is still very, very sensitive. And then they have a removable strap version, which I do also really recommend. If for some reason you want to wear your faja and you're going out, this is actually really great under dresses. And if it's strapless, you can remove the straps. I did wear it on a night out. And one more thing about the faja, yeah, this is what you think it is. It is a crotchless chastity belt, as I have been calling it. You go to the bathroom through this, and you can, obviously take it off to shower or to wash them. So I'm kind of just using that excuse to not wear right now on camera. That way I don't have any markings from it when I show you what everything is looking like now, which is surprisingly a big upgrade. Let's hop back into the tummy tuck with what really most people want to see. What I want to see when I watch these videos is, what does the scar look like now? Plain and simple.
Hey, Brad.
Hello.
How are you? I saw your last video. It was really cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Nice. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
How's life? It's been a while.
Good. I'm finally feeling better.
Yeah, you look good. Things I like, things I don't like. I love your contour. I love how low your tummy tuck scar is. Did you have a hernia?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I had an umbilical hernia.
Yeah, so the hernia repair does like make this take a while for this to heal. So I don't want you to think this is going to be your final result or close to your final result for your belly button, because I really want you to have a cute belly button. Took this.
What is that? Is my skin?
Yeah. Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, it's hard to remember like what it
where you
was.
started from. I mean, you had like a reason to come.
Yeah.
And see all that, that, see that belly button?
And I had that also old belly button piercing too that you had to get out. Yeah, so there was a lot of work to the belly button.
Yeah, and so that's why your belly button is like a work in project. So
okay.
So that's why I don't want you to get discouraged or just kind of think, oh, this is the final result, because it's not. We're not even there yet.
No, I realize now it's like definitely a 6 month to a whole year process. Hard here, but I think, does it naturally just loosen up? Does it not loosen up? Does lymphatic massages loosen it up?
Does it loosen up a little bit?
Yeah, it will, but it's, for the most part, it's still, like if you touch my stomach, it's very firm still.
Very firm?
You want to touch your stomach?
I mean, I is that okay? How long ago did you have yours?
4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years. Okay. But
That's
you're
good.
comfortable if I'm pressing on it, because right now if someone like touches it, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But it took her a while.
Yeah.
Like it took her probably about a year, right?
Yeah.
And she was like wanting to get to the gym and do all sorts of crazy workouts, and I kind of held her back for about 6 months. All right, my dear, you good?
Yes,
All
I
right.
am good.
All right, you got my number still if you want to text me for anything, right?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Feel free to
Thank
use
you.
it. It's all good.
Okay.
Everyone's always texting me. All right, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bye. She's doing great.
Bye. Full disclosure, I have been super excited to make today's video because finally I have some positive things to say, and I just feel like there's been a lot of negativity in the world, and I just didn't want to keep putting out negative content. Obviously, if my experience was still negative, I would be real and raw and share it with you. But to be really raw right now, I got some news a little bit ago that kind of is making me like want to freak out and cry, and that it makes me so angry because I was so excited, and I'm gonna try to just put that aside right now. But if for some reason my natural emotions seep out, yeah, I'm going through a little bit of stuff. I'm actually gonna do therapy after this, and this video was not going to be sponsored at all. But for therapy, I use BetterHelp. Big thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I have used their service for, is it 3 years now? After I film, I'm about to use them later today to chat about something without giving too many details. Let's just say co-parenting. I'm so lucky to have a good relationship, but even then, things can be difficult. I feel like that is the one thing that so many single parents keep in because you really can't talk about it with anyone. Maybe your friends here and there. It's not something you can go to family about. It's obviously not something that you would ever want to share online, which is just one of those reasons I love BetterHelp, where I can really navigate and process my feelings in a safe environment from someone who is not within my life and can really give me advice from an outside perspective. If you do want to try BetterHelp today, I will have a link down below. It is just betterhelp.com/Baylin. Start fresh any day of the year. I will have a link in the video description, and it will give you 10% off your first month. There is a reason I'm sitting right now, and we are going to go over the positives and negatives of exactly where I'm at 2 months. And again, everyone's journey is going to be so different. I did see one question, I think it was on my last video, or maybe it was even a DM, and I read that and I was like, oh my god, that is such a good point. Someone was like, hey, can you sit down and show me what your tummy tuck looks like sitting down, because I would get an actual expectation. Again, everyone's result is going to be different. Everyone's starting place, everyone's needs of why they're doing it. Exactly, are they doing a hernia? Are they doing muscle repair? Is it a full tummy tuck? Is it a mini? There's so many different factors to it. I'll stop rambling. I'm rambling too much right now, but if you can see, yeah, you can see on camera. Okay, so I'll move her back. If I had so much loose skin, and I got a really tight tummy tuck, and I will have more to say about the negative sides of possibly doing that. But yeah, I have no extra whatever. I don't know if that's going to change throughout the healing experience, because right now everything is so tight. It still feels like I've done so many sit-ups, and like all right here is kind of inflamed. I obviously have all the internal stitches of the muscle repair. Right here is super inflamed, and then this incision down here, I have a lot of scar tissue that's making it really hard, and it's almost like I don't have I can't imagine in a year this is what it's going to be like. So again, maybe it'll look different when like I go over, but right now nothing. And aesthetically, my only concern was loose skin. Main reasons were health concerns. I had diastasis recti. I had really bad back pain before, and I haven't been having much back pain.
Oh, good.
The core repair has kind of fixed that, and also probably laying down and resting a lot helped.
And you had a huge diastasis.
And I did so much to heal it. And I was working out especially. I wasn't engaging my core properly. And so my back was taking a lot of the blunt of the work. And I was starting to get arthritis in my back. I had it in my L3 and L4 vertebrae. and definitely didn't have that before motherhood, and I was herniating a lot of discs in my back, and I wasn't 100% sure, but I did think not having any core strength would definitely affect the back. I think that non-aesthetic factor has had a lot of great benefits to my body to be able to thrive and move in a really nice way. Of course, the other thing I had was an umbilical hernia. You can live forever, or however long with any kind of hernia until it ruptures. Health insurance doesn't cover, in America at least, a hernia unless it does rupture. And so I wasn't about to wait until I went through that pain, because I heard it's no fun. And yeah, that was one of the other medical concerns I had to get this done. Now, I didn't have a mini, which I think a mini is like this long. I got the full Monty, okay? Because I had to have that muscle repair. And also a lot of my extra skin was above my belly button. And obviously I have like a brand new belly button, but okay. I think we have to get into my pros and cons, because I'm kind of dabbling into things that are on my list. For the positives, number one, I'm finally able to use scar treatments, and I'm already seeing such a big difference. I think I've been using scar treatments now for 2 weeks, but not on all of my incision. I have to wait until the incision is super healed to do any type of scar treatment. So some areas just for me healed a lot faster. The sides took the longest, and so down here I would say I've probably been doing 2 weeks. Up here, maybe a week. But because I was able to do that, I was able to compare how good my incision looks at this area compared to the sides, because it has like a week and a half extra of scar treatment. And let me show you what I've been using, because I'm blown away at the difference it made. I really, I was like, oh, it's fine, I'll have a scar. But with what I've found, I think after 6 months of using this, I might have an undetectable scar. And the good news, one of them is really expensive, but one of them is on the inexpensive side. And the inexpensive one is the one I like better. Okay, this is the soft silicone scar tape. I got mine off Amazon. I could buy it in a pack of 2. I think right now it's $29.99. Who knows, might go up. Good time to stock up, even on a cesarean. I've heard people using this. I've heard people using this on Mohs surgery. People use it on their forehead as like a natural kind of form of Botox. As someone who looked into silicone scar tape and also looked into, things like Mederma or just the creams that I know are to be scar treatment, I wasn't really familiar with this. And I went in with really low expectations, because essentially it's just silicone tape. And in my head, I'm like, how the heck is that going to heal a scar? But in the way that it like pushes everything together, and the silicone, it fades it out. It works for those keloid scars. It works for everything. It's amazing. So easy to use. You put it on and it lasts up to 7 and 10 days. This guy, highly recommended, very, very expensive. Biocorium? That wasn't right. Why can I not read? Advanced scar treatment. And it does have SPF in it. So I feel like this is more for scars on the face, but people were saying they loved it for tummy tucks. Maybe if for some reason you're in a bathing suit and you want to protect your scar, I could see you using this. Or I feel like after I use these for 6 months, maybe I could go in with more of a liquid silicone cream. But essentially this is just silicone too. Just very expensive with SPF. And there are cheaper ones, but for some reason everyone was saying they love this one the most, so I got this one. Have I liked it better than the tape right now? No. Will I like it later? Possibly. Will I potentially like a cheaper one just as much? Potentially. We shall see. Number 2, again, you can probably hear my daughter and my mom. They're doing a puzzle in the other room right now, but I think it's cute little background noise. Number 2, and I did kind of touch on this, but less back pain. And this isn't from just the tummy tuck. This is from the muscle repair. I don't think you have to get muscle repair if you get a tummy tuck. The thing I did not mention already though is for the first time in 5 years, I actually feel my core activating. Obviously, I'm not doing any core exercises at this point. That is a no-go for the current time frame I'm on. But even just laying down, I used to remember before pregnancy, I could actually like breathe and feel my abs like tight together and activate. I might be explaining this weird, but it is a sensation I never thought I was gonna feel again post pregnancy. And so that's been really exciting to actually feel, I don't know, a type of power within and connection. Number 3, pain right now is very, very minimal. I would say almost 0 for the most part. Sometimes I get a little bit of nerve pain here or there, a little bit of cramping, but for the most part, it's just discomfort, right? So it's the internal stitches. I hear my daughter. The internal stitches, they just feel very hard, very, you know, tender type vibes. There is still just an overall tightness. And again, my incision has a lot of scar tissue underneath that I'm now learning. I think the 3-month mark, I'm gonna be able to start doing lymphatic massages, which will break up some of the extra scar tissue and kind of just get the swelling down and kind of loosen everything up. But right now I can't do that. So the discomfort is still there. Number 4, I did mention that because I had a very tight tummy tuck, and I actually talked to someone else in the waiting room the last time I was at the doctor's office, and she had the same thing I did. I was like, hey, this might be TMI, but when you got your tummy tuck, did your boobs get pulled down too? And she goes, yeah. And she had a different chest size than me. So I think whether it's big or small, it'll get pulled down. And I have finally started to notice that my boobs are readjusting. They will kind of fluff back up, which has been nice knowing that can happen. Number 5, I am fully sleeping on my sides. I still don't lay flat on my back because if everything's straight, it feels like I'm pulling on my incision, almost like if I was standing straight. So I can't lay that way unless I have my legs up, but side to side, that has been glorious. That has made me finally be able to get some sleep at night. To be honest, and it's not good, I am a tummy sleeper through and through. I think my face is thanking me for, you know, not being that way right now, and I hope I don't go back, but it just feels so good for me to sleep on my stomach, just pushed into my pillow. I know, you're dying if you're into skincare or anything, but maybe this surgery helped me break that must-have nighttime routine. Number 6, I'm finally getting used to the faja. I think it's been about 2 weeks I've been incorporating it into my life. I did 3 hours at a time, and then I was trying to see how long I could go. Then I was doing overnight, and then I think after a week I was doing day and night, 24/7. They still are by no means my garment of choice, okay? But when I wear them, am I thinking about it every second that I am wearing it? No, that's kind of faded. I could keep it on for 3 days in a row and just kind of, it's like a second skin now. It is kind of weird in the crotch area, but other than that, not as bad as I thought. I don't know if I'll make the 6 months, but not as bad right now. Number 7, I have been kind of having this overwhelming peace within my body. I feel like, again, I had no control over my body. Everything, it was one thing after another that was just a challenge to go through. And the recovery, again, I've talked about it. It's just not what I was expecting. And now things are kind of leveled out. Nothing is really surprising me anymore. I'm feeling optimistic that I can make it through this for the first time. Number 8 on my positive list, I have finally been able to be more active in play with my daughter. She is 4.5, going on 5 in like 4 months, which is crazy. And again, talking to the other girls in the waiting room, everyone was kind of talking about the different ages, or some people were asking the girls who had tummy tucks that were there for other reasons, or just a consult of, you know, what age they think is a good age to do it. Some had, you know, kids that were more 7 or 8 or a teenager. I think the youngest girl who said they thought was a good age was 3. And she also had, I think, a 5-year-old, but she was saying she did have a lot of help from family. And I think for me, 4 was a really good age. But I think if you're looking into something like this, you need an age where your child is gonna understand that you not playing with them is anything negative about them, or that, you know, you're ignoring them, you can't be there for them, that they can kind of process that you have a boo-boo and you need time to get better, and you can, you know, be there and read books and stuff. But now we're able to kind of, I can't really run after her, but we can do things like hide and seek. I can finally do a tickle monster. I'm finally comfortable enough to like lay down and cuddle with her and watch a movie without her just like elbowing me in my internal stitches. Or if you have a kid, you know, they might just start karate chopping you in the middle of an innocent, sweet cuddle. But yeah, that's been really, really great. Number 9, I have finally been able to be social again. Very minimally, but anything at this point was great. I was starting to go a little bit stir crazy. And at the 2-month mark, I was actually able to go out with a friend, find some kind of an outfit that felt comfortable in with my garment, and feel comfortable walking around even if there was a crowd of people. And we were able to go to dinner, and just doing something like that after 2 months and being able to chat with a friend really raised my mental health. Those were all the positives. I, of course, have negatives. I just, you know me, I gotta share everything. Number 1, and I'm gonna overlay some footage, but my belly button is currently off center. I have noticed it. You guys in the comments have noticed it. I have got DMs from people being like, are you gonna fix your off center belly button? Or when you heal, will it go more center? And for a while, I think I was just kind of haunted by everything else that was going on, that I didn't quite take into account that it was actually fully off center. And I did not have an off center belly button before, I think, at least not that way. He did say, I remember him saying with my belly button, my plastic surgeon, that it was a little bit higher than normal, and so he was just gonna lower it a little bit. But I did call him and mention it, send pictures, bring it up, and he said it is really common with how distended everything is, the swelling, the lumpiness, that once things calm down, the illusion of everything else is making the belly button look off center, and that it is actually centered. But we shall see. I like try to line it up from, you know what line down there, and it's just a little kiss to the, the smallest kiss to the side. And even if it's not centered, to me, like, that's not the end of the world, but it would be kind of nice to have a centered belly button. Number 2, negative thing. I now have slight stretch marks forming. 2, okay, I did say when I walked in for the tummy tuck, again, the only aesthetic thing I wanted was the loose skin removed. And I really want to make it clear that it wasn't a weight thing. I don't want you to take a lot of weight off me. I think I'm too slender as it is. I would love to gain weight, work out once I'm able to, but I just wanted to make sure I was like, you know, aesthetically, I want a tight tummy tuck. You know, if I'm going through all this, make it tight. I did not take in consideration that you could make it so tight that as you're kind of slowly starting to stand up, you might be pulling on the skin. And just down below, I've noticed some stretch marks that definitely weren't up anywhere else that got pulled down, because I didn't have stretch marks. I just had stretched out skin. I do have stretch marks on my butt, but I did not on my stomach. So I know that they are new, and that is something to note if you go in and ask for something like this and you say, you know, like, I want a tight tummy tuck, that they have the ability to make it like really, really tight. And I might have pushed that a little hard, just just a tad. Even at the beginning, I had this red line above my belly button, and I thought it was just, I knew it wasn't like a place they did surgical stuff, but I just thought maybe it was like a heat burn or rash. And again, when this was happening, this was early on, I called up my doctor and I was like, what is this? Do I put something on it? And he essentially was like, well, you were a really, really tight tummy tuck. So in my head, I kind of think like either blood vessels broke because it was so tight, or it was just so tight the skin kind of ripped open. It did heal 100%. So, you know, I just know I had a tight tummy tuck. Number 3, I personally still do not feel okay with my body at all to work out. I do believe I am totally clear now to work out. You know, you should never compare yourself to anyone, like I always say, but every once in a while, I love following other people's journeys that are going through the same thing I am, and I'll find people who literally got their tummy tuck either a week after, before, or the same time, and they, you know, 2 weeks ago were back at the gym working out. And yeah, I would love that so much. I love having that kind of power over your body and being able to just, you know, gain muscle and strength, and the routine of it, the mental health aspect of it, it's so great. But I could not imagine. It feels like I would rip and pull and damage something. At this point, I'm just listening to my body. Number 4, I forgot I wrote this one down, and it kind of goes with the last one, but my butt is a pancake. I've been laying down a lot, I've been sitting a lot, I have obviously been inactive, I have not been doing, again, any gym-like stuff, and when I look at my photos from probably just a few weeks before I got this procedure done, my butt was in such good shape. It looked so good. And I just look at that thing, and then I just look at my butt now, and it's essentially only been 2 months. Muscle deflates fast. And yeah, I'll get back there. But right now I'm like, dang, if I had that butt, I would be feeling on top of the world. But it's okay. Like it hurts. When I'm sitting right now, my bones hurt. There's nothing on my butt. No muscle. It's just bone on chair. Number 5, and while I did say I am getting used to the faja, I, for the life of me, cannot wear any cute outfits with the faja. I can wear outfits that are okay, but like even leggings with the faja, they look ridiculous because you have like all this lace and weird lines right there. Obviously jeans would hide the faja, but jeans are still really uncomfortable against a sensitive scar. So that's out. And so, you know, I could do dresses and skirts, but it was recently negative 37 degrees here. So I've been living in sweatpants for like 2 months, and I love a good sweatpant, but also it'd be nice if I could, you know, slowly get back into my wardrobe a little teeny bit. I do miss it. But again, in the grand scheme of things, it is minor, but it would do a little bit to, you know, my self-esteem, and I love expressing myself through fashion. And yeah, I just have not been slaying whatsoever. This has been quite the experience. I have loved sharing it with you guys. If you have any questions for my next follow-up, this series will continue going on every month, and let me know what else you would like to see on my channel, because, you know, I'm more than just the girl who has been talking about her tummy tuck. Always, at the very least, I hope this has been entertaining, educational, insightful, made you laugh, or help you escape the world that we are in today, which is, you know, breaking news. It's a rough time, and I love you guys. I will see you next Monday. Bye.